Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Krishnavano Sutite Devi Pranamami Haripriye Sri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Mukhakaroti Vachalam Tanguram Gayate Girim Yatkipadamaham Bande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Caitanya Iswaram Hari Om Tat Sat. So today we're trying to follow in the footsteps. We're doing Danda Mahotsav Lila Smaranam. Smaranam means to remember, remembrance. Lila means pastime. So we're reliving a pastime. Om Adyo Cida-dahi Mahotsav Danda Mahotsav Karishye Hari Om Tat Vishnu Paramam Tadam Hari Om Tat Sat. So Raghav Pandit, he's Raghunath Das. He's got the punishment from Lord Nityananda to serve this offering to Nityananda and all his associates. And Raghunath Das was facing obstacles in his spiritual life. But by doing that service, and he overcame all the obstacles in his spiritual life, and he got the full mercy of Pani-hattai. How does that sound for all of you? How many like to overcome all the obstacles in their spiritual life and get the full mercy of Pani-hattai?
Haribo!
Haribo! So we hope that by the mercy of Raghav Pandit and Pani-hattai, Nitai Mayapur Chandra, that causes mercy will come raining down. At the time when Raghunath Das was, he offered all the best things that he had for Lord Nityananda. In those days there was jackfruit, mango, lychee, dates, coconut, that I know of. Those are the kind of fruits that, maybe a few more fruits, but those are the type of bananas, of course. So, that's the kind of traditional then here, so what we want to do is, of course, we want to offer the best things that we have and for the Lord. Yogurt, condensed milk, and then something that I added, it's in the West, everybody likes salads, some salty yogurt, salad crepes. So in the sweet yogurt we have Nitai Mayapur Chandra, and this is especially the Cape Town, South African tradition. Then there's Raghav Pandit's Joli. There's different kinds of Raghav Pandit sent offerings to Lord Caitanya in bags that would last for a whole year, so we take dried fruits. And then we have some special Anandamburi, ocean of nectar. This is where Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement is giving mercy. Then we have condensed milk, we give Radharanath, traditional South African Voga, dry fruits, the Mayanti Pranadana Mahabog, that's the sister of Raghav Pandit. And then we have the Gornitais, Calvert Boy Picnic Pastime Mahabog. Rakesh Pujai. Salty, we have the Jagannath Puri, Cape Town, Rainbow, Ocean Spray, Mahadali Mahabog. Because we're here on the side of two salt oceans, just like Sri Kshetra is also on the ocean. So we have some traditional South African salt offering. Then we have Gormandal, Pani-hatti Gormandal, Madhavi Lotan Mahabog. There's a special plant in Pani-hatti called the Madhavilota. Lord Caitanya used to dance under that plant. For 500 years it was still growing. It says one gets, Lord Caitanya is always residing there. So make Sri Caitanya Dravida Harinam hot and spicy Mahabhoga. This is a South Indian tradition. The details are here. So this is our goal, to offer these things to the Lord. So we need devotees for cleaning, cutting, decorating, and helping me with mixing. So who's the person that's going to be coordinating under me for the manpower? You? So while we're doing the class, we can already have you because it's important to get everything cut early.
Yeah. We just want you to allocate things like making, who's going to cut, who's going to make those sweets, just explain about the sweets and the decorations.
Oh, okay, I mean, we make these 9 flavors, but on top of every pot, we put little decorations. For the salty pots, we put things, we can also have some salty decorations, like salty biscuits or chanachur or things like that, peanuts, nuts, things. Otherwise, you can also have sweets and fruit. Salad. Sometimes you have devotees who make palm trees from inverted carrots, serrated on the side with an upside down capsicum cut in the form of a palm tree. So we need the people who make like the toppings, that's a little artistic. For the actual decoration part of it, making the cutting some fruits, like we don't mix watermelon and things inside because it seems to not go good with yogurt. But we can put on the top like balls, we make those little balls. And we need some mango decoration where you cut the mangoes and then you open them up like a flower and different things. So we need a few people to do fruit decorations. Some people cook, if they haven't already cooked some toppings, then they could still cook. Well, usually we do that the day before just to save time. What else? And then there's the normal, just cutting the fruits and vegetables into small pieces so it makes it easy. Any volunteers for... No, who would like to specifically do fruit decorative cutting? Then we need, if anybody can cook some, we need one person to, you want to cook toppings, if there's anyone to make also like cooked toppings or baking biscuits and rolling sand. Who can do that? Baba Bhakti? Then I need a couple of strong people for helping me to wash chira and lift pots around and stir and mix pati pavan. Right? So there's 3 salad preparation and there's 6 fruit. So we need fruit and vegetable cutters. You have to set it, and I think to this though. Everybody else. Who else is doing? Then I need some help for someone to cook the specialty spices. You can do that? What you doing?
Just mixing.
Okay, everybody can go and get their things, and while we're doing class, we'll just be starting cutting here. You got enough bowls and things for that? Yeah. Got enough knives? 9-minute recess. 9 minutes. Wash your hands, don't get any hair in anything. Especially those who are inside with the mixing food and here, they gotta wear a napkin or something over there.
Jaya Shri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda,
Jayapataka Swami, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda,
Jayapataka Swami, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda,
Jaya Shri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda,
Jaya Shri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda,
Jayapataka Swami, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda,
Jayapataka Swami, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Hey Mata Gaura Chanda Bhaktagana Sanghe Milachala Nana Lila Karina Narange. Thus Lord Gaurachandra performed various pastimes with his associates at Jagannath Puri and various varieties of transcendental pleasure. Hey Mata Vihare Gaura Laya Bhaktagana Raghunatha Milane Vesuna Bhaktagana. The Lord thus enjoyed his life with his devotees, O devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now hear how Raghunath Das Goswami met the Lord. When Raghunath Das, during his family life, went to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Shantipur, the Lord gave him worthy instructions by his causeless mercy. Prabhu Shikati te holi chagori jai, Magat vairagyo chari hoila vishayi prai. Instead of becoming a so-called renunciate, Raghunath Das, following the instructions of the Lord, returned home and played exactly like the pounds and shillings meant. Vitane vairago bahirago de sarvo karmo, Vigiyato mata vitar anandito mon. Raghunath Das was inwardly completely renounced, even in family life, but he did not express his renunciation externally. Instead, he acted just like an ordinary businessman. Seeing this, his father and mother were satisfied. So what's better? Inwardly renounced, and even in his family life, outwardly he acted like an ordinary businessman. Or outwardly look renounced and inwardly be like an ordinary businessman. So what's important is what goes on inwardly. So this secret Lord Chaitanya taught how to be inwardly renounced. Mathura haite prabhuvaila, bhakta javipaila, prabhupasta chavivare urda joga padila. When he received the message that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had returned from Mathura city, Raghunath Das endeavored to go to the lotus feet of the Lord. Eno kale muluke, ekam lechori kari, sapta gama mulukena, sehan chodri. That time there was a Muslim official collecting the taxes of Saptagram. Formerly, when the Muslim government was in power, the person appointed tax collector would collect the taxes of the local zamindars or landholders. He would keep 1/4 of the collection for himself as the profit, and the balance he would deliver to the treasury of the government. So when Hiranya Das, Raghunath Das' uncle, made an agreement with the government to collect taxes, the Muslim Chaudhary or tax collector, having lost his position, became extremely envious of him. Hiranya Das collected 2 million coins and therefore should have delivered 1,500,000 to the government. Instead, he was giving only 1,200,000, thus making an extra profit of 300,000 coins. Seeing this, the Muslim Chaudhary, who was a Turk, became his rival. After sending a confidential account to the government treasury, the Chaudhary brought the minister in charge. The Chaudhary came wanting to arrest Hiranya Das, but Hiranyadasa went home. Therefore the Chaudhary arrested Raghunath Das. Every day the Muslim would chastise Raghunath Das and tell him, "Bring your father and his elder brother, otherwise you will be punished." The Chaudhary wanted to beat him, but as soon as he saw Raghunath's face, his mind changed and he could not beat him. Indeed, the Chaudhary was afraid of Raghunath Das because Raghunath Das belonged to the Kayastha community. Although the Chaudhary would chastise him with oral vibrations, he was afraid to beat him. So this Raghunath Das was a member of a very aristocratic family of the Kayastha community. He had a lot of influence with the local people. So therefore the Chaudhary was afraid of beating him. Prabhupada said the members of the Kayastha community in India are generally very intelligent, expert in business management. Formerly they were mostly government officers. They were mentioned even by Yajnavalkya as quoted by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya. Chatra Taskara Dubritaya Maha Sahasika Divi Vidyamana Praja Rakshet Kayastai Savisheshata. From this verse it appears that the government officials of the Kayastha community would sometimes chastise the citizens, and thus it was the duty of the king to protect the people in general from the atrocities of the Kayasthas. They were heavy. So like this was going on, then Raghunath Das thought of a plan how to get out of this situation. He said, Amar Pita Jeta Hoi Toma Dui Bai 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 Tomara Koloho Korosagunai. My dear sir, my father and elder brother are your brothers. All brothers always fight about something. Sometimes brothers fight amongst themselves and sometimes they have friendly dealings. There is no certainty when such changes will take place. Thus I am sure that although today you are fighting, tomorrow you three brothers will be sitting together in peace. Just as I am my father's son, so I am also yours. I am your dependent and you are my maintainer. For a maintainer to punish the person he maintains is not good. You are expert in all the scriptures. Indeed, you are like a living saint. Tumi sarvo shastu jano jinna phiroprai. So when the Muslim heard Raghunath Das's appealing voice, "You are my maintainer, you're also like my father. It is not good if you, the one who maintains, punishes the maintained." So Raghunath Das spoke in such a nice way that the Muslim's heart softened and tears were pouring down his long beard. He told Raghunath Das, "You are my son from this day on. Today my son means I will have you released." After informing the minister, the Chaudhary released Raghunath Das and then began to speak to him with great affection. "Your father's elder brother is less intelligent. He enjoys 800,000 coins. But since I am also a shareholder, he should give some portion of it to me. Now you go arrange a meeting between me and your uncle. Let him do whatever he thinks best. I shall completely depend on his decisions." So Raghunath Das arranged a meeting between his uncle and the Chaudhary. The matter was settled and everything was peaceful. In this way, Raghunath Das passed 1 year exactly like a first-class business manager. Even he got arrested and so many things. First-class business manager. Next year, he again decided to leave home. Every day he'd get up, but his father would catch him at a distant place and bring him back. It became almost a daily affair. He'd run away from home. His father would bring him back. So Raghunath Das's mother spoke to his father as follows. Putra batulo helo, ihaya rako ho baliya, tar pita rohe kohe kare, Our son has become mad, she said. Just keep him by binding him with rope. His father, being very unhappy, replied to her as follows. Indra samaiswarja striyapsarasam esam bandite nari leka jarmun dahiye bandane tare rakiva kamone Jalmadada Vita Nade Prarabdha Kandaiti. Raghunath Das, her son, has opulences like Indra, the heavenly king, and his wife is as beautiful as an angel. Yet all this could not tie down his mind. How then could we keep this boy home by binding him with ropes? It is not possible even for one's father to nullify the reactions of one's past activities. Chaitanya Chanda ki pahayache hari Chaitanya Chanda batur ke rakite hari. Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has fully bestowed his mercy on him. Who can keep home such a magnet of Chaitanya Chanda? Tabi Raghunatha Kichu Vicharila Moni Nityananda Gosaira Pasancharila Radine. Raghunath Das considered something in his mind and the next day went to Nityananda Gosai. He got an interview with Nityananda in the village of Pani-hatti. Nityananda was accompanied by many servants, kirtan singers, performers, brahmanas. He was sitting on a rock under a tree in the bank of the Ganges. Lord Nityananda seemed as effulgent as hundreds of thousands of rising suns. Ganga tire vikshamule hindara upare bosi achena jano koti surchalaya kone. Many devotees sat on the ground surrounding him, seeing the influence of Nityananda Prabhu. Raghunath Das was astonished. Dandavata hayase purila kotudure seva kohe Raghunatha dandavata kore. Raghunath Das offered his obeisances by falling prostrate at a distant place, and the servant of Nityananda Prabhu pointed out, there is Raghunath Das offering your obeisances. Suni Prabhu kohe chora diri darasan ai aji tor During this, Lord Nityananda Prabhu said, you are a thief. Now you have come to see me. Come here today, I shall punish you. Prabhu bolai te ho nikote na kore gaman akashiya tare har mate Prabhu dhorivachar. The Lord called him, but Raghunath Das did not go near the Lord. Then the Lord forcibly caught him and placed his lotus feet on Raghunath Das's head. How many would like to have lotus feet of Lord Nityananda? Hare Krishna. Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Raghunath Das ki Jai. Nityananda was very funny by nature and very merciful. So being merciful, he spoke to Raghunath Das as follows. Nikotena isochor bhago dure dure ajila payachi dandi motumari. You are just like a thief, for instead of coming near, you stay away at a distant place. Now that I have captured you, I shall punish you. Actually, Nityananda lived only a few hours walk from where Raghunath Das was, but it seems Raghunath Das wasn't going to get the association of Nityananda, he was just trying to join Lord Chaitanya. So today he came to get Nityananda's mercy. So Nityananda was chastising, why you're not coming? So I'm going to punish you today. Sometimes we're getting association nearby and we don't take it. Darichira Bhakkan Koraho Moragani Suni Anandita Hailo Raghunatha Mone Make a festival and feed all my associates yogurt and chipped rice. Hearing this, Raghunath Das was greatly pleased. So Raghunath Das, he was very happy to get this punishment. Right. Because devotees always want to serve, so when they get the opportunity to serve, it's a special mercy. Sekale nichalo patayila grami bhakada baloka sabagama haityani. Raghunath Das merely sent his own men to the village to purchase all kinds of animals and bring them back. Cida-dahi dugda sandesh anachini kola sabadava anaya cholite dorila. Raghunath Das brought chipped rice, yogurt, milk, sweetmeats, sugar, bananas, and other edibles, and placed them all around. As soon as they heard that a festival was going to be held, all kinds of brahmanas and other gentlemen began to arrive. There were innumerable people. The crowd was increasing. So that Raghunath Das and his people could get more stuff from other villages. He brought 200 to 400 large, round earthen pots. He got 5, 7 super large earthen pots. They have some kind of pots in India that are like 5 or 6 feet high. They use it for storing grains because the rats can't chew through the big thick clay pots. So it's a special. I've seen these pots. They're not, you have to order them special because it's not like everybody uses the huge, gigantic pots. So you got some of these pots for mixing. You can mix big quantities at one time. Then he got all kinds of little pots. So one he soaked chipped rice in milk. Another one he soaked chipped rice with yogurt, sugar, and bananas. Then he soaked some with condensed milk and a banana known as chapacola. Then sugar, clarified butter, and camphor were added. Do we have any edible camphor? You get it from the grocery store. I mean from the drugstore. You get medical quality camphor that you can eat. The stuff we burn for actually is artificial. You can't eat it. Chapacola. These are the little yellow ones. I don't know if they have here. Those little yellow ones. Sometimes they're known as butter bananas. Because they're kind of yellow like butter. When they're the quality of chini chapas is that when they're ripe, they're very sweet. But when they're unripe, because they have high vitamin C, they're sour. More than other bananas. You can't eat them unripe, so you can't. So these are special, some kind of sugar chocolate. When they're really ripe, it's very sweet. They're much sweeter than the big yellow ones. When they're really ripe. In India, they have dozens of kinds of bananas. Once I went to the Banana Research Institute, and they showed all the different varieties of bananas. Like square bananas, round bananas, strawberry flavored bananas. Sure. Then they have a kind of banana which has got seeds in it. Big seeds and biji cola. So Nityananda, he changed his cloth for a new one, and then he sat on the raised platform. Then all the prasadam was brought, he was offered to him in the big pots. And all the important associates and the other important people, they sat in a big circle around the Lord. Some of the associates were Ramdas. You know who Ramdas is? Abhiram Das. Abhiram Ramdas. Abhiram Thakur. He's Sri Ram. Then Sundarananda Gadadhar Das. He's an extension of Gadadhar Pandit. Murari Kamalakar. Kamalakar Tripolai was very wonderful devotee. He wrote some literature. He was worshipping a Jagannath deity very close to Pani-hatti. Sadashiva, Purandara, Dhananjaya, Jagadisha Pandit, Parameshwar Das, Mahesh Pandit, Gauri Das is Subal Saka. Hoda Krishna Das. Wow! Hoda Krishna. He was a king who became a preacher. And later he gave up his kingdom and he became a guru. I've heard of things in Vedic culture, like Kshatriyas, and he was the one who organized the marriage of Nityananda. Udaradatta Adi, Udaradatta Thakur was, Prabhupada is a descendant of Udaradatta Thakur. So many different people came. Then the word got out. He said, you want to please a Sudra, give him fame. You want to please a Vaishya, give him money. You want to please a Kshatriya, give him power. You want to give him, please a Brahmana, give him prasadam. So the word was out. All kinds of learned scholars, brahmanas, priests, they came. They heard Mahaprasadam Govind Dev. Nityananda Prabhu honored them and had them sit on the raised platform with him. Everybody was offered 2 earthen pots. One had the chipped rice with condensed milk, and the other chipped rice with yogurt. All other people sat in groups around the platform. No one could count how many people were there. Ekeka janari dui dui holla dilo dari cheda dugda cheda dui te vidayilo. Each and every one of them was supplied 2 earthen pots, one of chipped rice soaked in yogurt and the other of chipped rice soaked in condensed milk. Some of the brahmanas, not having gotten a place in the platform, went to the bank of the Ganges with their 2 earthen pots and soaked their chipped rice there. Tiristana napayar kotojan jale nami dali chira korailo bakan. Others who could not get a place even in the bank of the Ganges, they got down into the water and began eating their 2 kinds of chipped rice. In other words, they're so crowded, there was no more space on the land, so they got up to their waist in the water, standing in the water just to get. Huh?
Soaking the chipped rice like that in the water.
Ganga. They're eating it. In those days, the Ganges, now they have all these industrial plants and the municipalities that throw their effluent. Now the government has passed all kinds of laws to clean up the Ganges, but all over the world, the ecology is just a buzzword, but actually so many industries cheap. I was walking in Chicago, morning walk, and I heard this water dumped into Lake Michigan, one of the Great Lakes in America. So what's that? They said, oh, the inspectors don't wake up till 8 o'clock, so they dump all their industrial waste in the river, in the lake, early in the morning. And Ganga's like, so now it's like, you can't take a lot of Ganges water unless you keep it for about 10 days. It purifies itself. But in those days, I'm sure there was the Ganges was not being contaminated by so much municipal garbage and stuff. So. Ganges water is pure, but if you dump a bunch of garbage in it, it's not the Ganges water. So the 20 people distributing prasadam, everybody was supplied 2 pots. Raghu Pandit arrived, he was very surprised. He brought a big platter of cooked food, offered the Lord. He put it before Nityananda and distributed among the devotees. So I cooked you all this prasad that's lying there untouched. Nityananda said, let me eat all this food here during the day. I shall eat at your home at night. I belong to a community of cowherd boys, and therefore I generally have many cowherd associates with me. I am happy when we eat together in a picnic like this by the sandy bank of the river. Gopa jati ami bahu gopa gana sange ami sukha paine purina bhojana range. So Nityananda, he gets special happiness taking prasadam with all the cowherd boys. Because he's in the mood now of Balaram. He's very happy to take the prasadam with the cowherd boys on the side of the Kalini River. So now he's by the side of the Jamuna and Ganga. He's in that ecstasy mood. So now I'll take my meal later in the afternoon. Now let me take in the evening. Let me enjoy this picnic. I'm very happy. So how many want to make Nitai Mayapur Chandra happy? I want to give them a Purina Bhojan here, picnic. Right. So you've even got here the blue water of the river on the side here. That's why you painted blue to remind us the water flowing. You got the color, the floor is the color of the sand. So Nityananda told Raghupana, sit down, give him 2 pots, you take with us too. So he wanted to bring Nityananda to eat his lunch, but instead Nityananda got him to sit down and take flat rice and yogurt. When everybody's been served, the Lord Nityananda brought by his meditation Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu Bhavaila Dekhi Utila Tariloya Sabachira Dekita Langila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived, Lord Nityananda Prabhu stood up. They then saw how the others were enjoying the chipped rice with yogurt and condensed milk. From each and every pot, Lord Nityananda Prabhu took 1 morsel of chipped rice and pushed it into the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a joke. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also swam, took a morsel of food, pushed it into the mouth of Nityananda, and laughed as he made Nityananda eat it. So they were in the mood of cowherd boys. Cowherd boys, they don't follow all those kind of formal rules and regulations, like don't eat from other people's plates. They were just, so they took all these people that were eating with them just as their cowherd friends. So they were taking the food from their pot and pushing it in each other's mouth. You could see the food come out from the pot and then Nityananda put it in the mouth of Nityananda. Nityananda put it in the mouth of Lord Chaitanya and poof, it would disappear. So they were having a good time. They're walking through the groups of people, and all the Vaishnavas were watching the fun, but no one could understand what Nityananda Prabhu was doing as he walked about. Some who were very fortunate could see that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also present. When Nityananda Prabhu smiled and sat down, on his right side he kept 4 pots of chip rice that had not been made from boiled paddy. Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya sat down, and the two began to eat Cida-dahi. Lord Chaitanya became so ecstatic at seeing Lord Chaitanya sitting next to him, taking this bhoga, taking this prasad. Then he ordered everyone, Agya Dila, Hari, Boli, Koro Bhojan, Hari, Hari, Dani, Oti, Boli, Bhovan. Nityananda ordered all of you eat, chanting the holy name of Hari. Immediately the holy names, Hari, 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 Hari. They filled the entire universe. So that so many thousands and thousands of devotees, and they're all eating and chanting Hari, Hari. So when the Vaishnavas were chanting, they remembered Krishna, Balaram, ate with their companions, the cowherd boys on the bank of the Jamuna. Nityananda Mahaprabhu, Kripalu Udar, Raghunatha Bhagya Eto, Khailam Gikar. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu are extremely merciful and liberal. It was Raghunath Das's good fortune that they accepted all these dealings. Who can understand the influence and mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu? He is so powerful that he induced Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come and eat chipped rice in the bank of the Ganges. All the confidential devotees who were cowherd boys, headed by Sri Ramadasa, were absorbed in ecstatic love. They thought the bank of the Ganges to be the bank of the Jamuna. Haribo, Haribo. So all the associates were absorbed in this ecstasy. So the pastime of Nityananda, he was also doing Leela Smaran. He's doing the Leela Smaran of the cowherd boys eating in the forest in Vrindavan. And we're doing Leela Smaran of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya and all the associates taking flat rice and yogurt on the side of the Ganges in the village of Pani-hatti. So remembering the remembrance and the remembrance and the remembrance of that's all. So shopkeepers from other villages heard about the festival. They arrived there to sell their flat rice, yogurt, sweetmeats and bananas. As they came, there were all kinds of food arrived. Raghunath Das purchased it all. So Raghunath Das paid everybody. As much as they brought, he paid them for it, told them to sit down and gave them prasad. So if you sell your goods, then you get the goods given back to you to eat. It's a good deal, huh? There's a saying in Bengali, Radhe kola vecha. Understand? Veshma, you understand? Radhe kola vecha? To see the rath, to see the chariot, and sell bananas. Understand Ruth? Ruth's name was like Rath. You see, there was a businessman, he had to sell his bananas. So he thought, let me go and sell my bananas at the Rath Yatra. That way I can sell my bananas and I can also see Rath Yatra. So that's called Rath Degi Kola Vecha. See the Rath, sell your bananas. That's the Vaishnava equivalent of doing two things at one time. Like in English, sometimes they talk about killing birds with stones and stuff, which we are not inclined to kill anything. So instead we say, see the Rath and sell your bananas. Now you understand?
Yeah.
You know, like somebody says he wants to kill birds with stones and sell them around. Sell bananas at the Rath Yatra. Bibi likes that. You have Rath Yatra here? Someone was saying that there's a huge festival here sometime in the year, and that it would be a great time to have a Rath Yatra, some big parade or something. They block off the road and all the people gather and become a...
Oh, it's the Kun Carnival.
The Kun Carnival.
Yes.
And someone asked me to suggest to you that think of having a Rath in the closed street at that time when all the people are there. In a good mood. So I did my duty. Anybody came just to check out what's going on here. Let's see, they go to them. They're also given 2 pots of. Everyone got the mercy. When Nityananda finished, he washed his hands and mouth, and then he gave all the Mahaprasad remaining in the 4 pots, the 2 by him and the 2 by Lord Caitanya. He gave them to Raghunath Das. Haribo!
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 Amazing, huh? How would like to get the personal Mahaprasad from Lord Nityananda and Lord Caitanya? So Nityananda had 7 pots, so the other 3 pots they distributed the rest of the remnants to everybody else. And they gave Nityananda a garland, put sandalwood pulp on his body. Then Lord Nityananda started distributing his own flower garland, sandalwood pulp, and betel nuts and different things to all the devotees. Beginning the remnants of Lord Nityananda, Raghunath Das took the remnants and then he distributed to his assistants. That's the description of Lord Nityananda Prabhu's pastime relation to the celebrated festival of chipped rice and yogurt. Ito kohilu Nityananda Radhihar Cida-dahi Mahutsava Nami Kati Jai. It's called Cida-dahi Mahutsav. Cida means fried rice, dahi is yogurt, Mahutsav. Raghunath Das prayed to Nityananda the next day, and the lowest of men, the most sinful, fallen, condemned. Nevertheless, I desire to take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like a dwarf who wants to catch the moon, I have tried my best many times, but I have never been successful. Every time I tried to go away and give up my home relationships, my father and mother unfortunately kept me bound. No one can attain the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without your mercy. But if you are merciful, even the lowest of men can attain shelter at his lotus feet. Although I am unfit and greatly afraid to submit this plea, I nevertheless request you, sir, to especially be merciful toward me by granting me shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Haribo!
Haribo!
Placing your foot on my head, your feet on my head, give me the benediction that I may achieve the shelter from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without difficulty. I pray for this benediction. Lord Nityananda told all of his associates Raghunath Das' standard of material happiness equal to that of Indra, the king of heaven. Because of the mercy bestowed upon him by Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunath Das, although situated in such material happiness, does not like it at all. Therefore, let every one of you be merciful toward him and give him the benediction that he may be very soon attain the shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. One who experiences the fragrance of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna does not value even the standard of happiness available in Brahmaloka, the topmost planet, and what to speak of heavenly happiness. So Nityananda called Raghunath Das to him, put his lotus feet on his head, and spoke. My dear Raghunath Das, since you arranged the feast on the bank of the Ganges, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu came here just to show you his mercy. By his causeless mercy, he ate the chipped rice and milk. Then after seeing the dancing of the devotees at night, he took his supper. Lord Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu Gaura Hari came here, firstly to deliver you. Now rest assured that all the impediments meant for your bondage are gone. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu will accept you and place you under the charge of the secretary, Sarup Damodar. You will thus become one of the most confidential eternal servants and will attain shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Hari Bol!
Hari Bol!
Being assured of all this, return to your own home very soon without impediments. You will attain shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. As Raghunath Das, he took leave, and then secretly, after consulting Raghunath Das, he left some gold coins in the hands of Nityananda Prabhu's treasurer. He told, don't speak about this to Nityananda Prabhu now. Only when I return home inform him. When he returns home, inform him. Then he also gave a little donation to each of the Mahattas and associates. As you think fit, give 20, 15, 12, 10, or 5 coins to each one of them. Raghunath Das drew up an account of the amount to be given and submitted to Raghunath Pandit. He made up a list showing how much money was to be paid to each and every devotee. Then for all the other devotees, he also gave some more gold. So every preacher got between 20 and 5 gold coins. Good donation. Thus I have described the meeting of Raghunath Das with Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Anyone who hears about this incident attains the lotus feet of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Pani-hatti. The festival is still going on in Pani-hatti. Prabhupada went there. I went with him twice. Devotees are very... We distribute about 50,000 people prasada every Pani-hatti festival. It's a lot of... there's no advertisement, it's just people just know, and they just show up. It's that type of festival. A lot of kirtan groups. Everybody also distributes according to their might. They bring a little, some mix and serve to 50 people, some serve to 10, some serve to 100. It's the kind of mood, just taking and giving. The same stone is still there. The same tree is still there when Nityananda Prabhu stands. Same Ganges. How many have gone to Pani-hatti? Not gone. It's a beautiful place, see the beautiful trees. Nearby the house of Raghava Pandit with his deities, Radha Madan Mohan deities. There they have a museum of all the things that Raghava Pandit would send for his sister Dhamma. They would all the things they would prepare and send to Jagannath Puri for lunch. Different kinds of achars, mango achar, lemon achar, pickles. She didn't know how to cook a sweet out of Ganges mud. You gotta be a good cook to make Ganges mud taste good.
Can you cook with Ganges water? Are you allowed to cook?
Yeah. Never heard any restriction for that. Maybe if we get the arranged boats, I'd like to go this year to the Pani-hatti again. My boat from Mayapur to the ocean via Pani-hatti. Prabhupada said we should have a temple at the Pani-hatti place, like so much. He said, right? Build a temple like where Nityananda said, build it up like 15 feet above, 5 meters above the ground on columns, so people can still go and just have free access to the rock and to that, but then build above that, like raised up a temple. And people go up and see a nice Gaura-Nitai deities. He said we should have regular motorboat service, speedboat service from Calcutta to Mayapur, and stop at Pani-hatti and take breakfast. That was special. Cida-dahi. There's also a little Krishna, there's a Balaram and Revati temple just opposite the tree where Prabhupada went there. There's an old, a newer temple, not from the time of worship. Prabhupada went there. They say that Gandhi went there.
Maharaj, I heard that in Lord Caitanya, in his times, there didn't be much chilies. I don't even know about this.
I don't think there were chilies.
They're coming from America.
I think they say that chilies came from South America. So in those days they had ginger, black pepper. Now they eat moderate chilies. They still like the ginger and black.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.